Hello there, it's Ruth Sherman, CEO and celebrity speech and media coach, but you don't have to be famous to work with me. Today I want to talk to you about how to develop and deliver a new speech. And as always, I'm going to refer to my notes so we can stay on track and this thing doesn't take too long and I don't have to do too many takes on this video. You know, it's a part of the work that I do that I truly detest. How to develop and deliver a new speech is a lot of work. And it scares me when I have to go out there and deliver something new because, it's untested. And I just am not sure how it's going to be received. But I follow my own advice by first sending the feelers out and putting the new topic out there before I have anything, before I've got the speech even started, to see if anybody bites. And well, this time I got bitten by an event that is expecting 19,000 attendees and that just announced this week that Michelle Obama was going to be their keynoter. So that means that attendance for sure is going to be as high as the 19K and probably higher. So even though this event doesn't happen until later in September, I'm getting to work on it already. And this is because I need to crystallize my thoughts. It takes time to really get that new thinking and that new topic down. And I've got to practice it so that when I deliver it, it's delivered in a way that shows me as confident, as ready, as comfortable with my stories and has a beginning, middle, and an end, a real narrative arc that works. Now, I will tell you that my business, of course, is coaching other speakers, and most speakers you'll find, and you may be this way yourself, won't do this kind of work. And that is why they, and perhaps you, fail. So listen closely, and I'm going to share my process with you so that you know that it can be done. You don't have to follow my process exactly. This is the kind of learner I am, but I've spoken with a lot of speakers. I network with a lot of other professional speakers, and this is what they have found to be true as well. So take it from the pros and then use what I tell you and adapt it to your learning style. Okay, number one, I had to figure out a pithy title. I looked at different speeches, I looked at different media, I go into the supermarket and I look at tabloid headlines and I try to plug my words and my information into those headlines. It's amazing what you can find if you just look at the things you look at every day, but you look at them with that jaundiced eye. And I realized that what I do is I help people get attention. Right? So I didn't call it presentation skills or commanding the room, but I help people get attention. And then the next part of it is to come up with a subtitle. So the main title is attention, all in caps with a big exclamation point in it. And there's a bit of a double meaning there, right? A double entendre. And then I had to come up with a sexy subtitle. So I put together a bunch of subtitles. In fact, on my main document, my original document, there are 12 different subtitles. And I finally came up with one that I love and I think goes straight to the pain that people have been feeling lately. And that is this constant distraction. So how does that fit into attention? Well, it can be this: reigniting focus in a world drowning in distraction. We are all affected by that. And so that's my title, Attention, Reigniting Focus in a World Drowning in Distraction. The next thing that I had to do was compose a program description. This is the document that I advise all my clients and I help them to put together. This is the sheet. It's usually, it can be called a speaker sheet, a one sheet. I call it a program description that has a paragraph and then some takeaways. So what's the audience going to get if they come in to my talk? How are they going to be better as a result of spending this precious time, their precious time with me. They're going to have a lot of other things competing for their time that day. I want to make sure that the takeaways are really go right to the heart of the kinds of difficulties they're experiencing and solves their problems. So that's what I did. What are they going to be thinking and feeling when I'm done? All right. 3, I'm going to send that program description out. I have an alert set up on my email that is a call for speakers. And a lot of the stuff that comes through is junk, but a few come through that are legit. And in fact, the talk that I'm giving in September at this group that is where Michelle Obama is keynoting is a talk that came through that. So I submitted this program description and they accepted it. All right. Yeah. Then I had to put together an outline. And I will tell you, I'm still in that process. Started the outline in March, and I've got a skeleton of it. This is where I'm going to start gauging the rhythm. I'm going to think about how the speech moves along. Does it move along in an interesting and engaging way? Does it get stuck and bogged down in certain areas? Do I have enough facts versus stories versus audience engagement techniques? And very importantly, where is the funny stuff? That takes time to come up with. Okay, so as I said, I'm still in the outline stage. So what I'm going to do from now on is this. Number 5. I'm going to finish this outline by the end of this month. So by the end of May, I'm giving myself another month or so to complete the outline, to fill in the missing links, and to get it ready so that I can start saying it out loud, which is number 6. I will start saying it out loud beginning in June, and that gives me, again, 3+ solid months to do that, to really dig in. I'll do it a couple of times a week in June, about 3 times a week in July, and 4 to 5 times a week in August. And I give myself some breaks. That's why I give myself so much time. There'll be some vacation time in there where I won't do anything. And, I'll take some weekends and I'll have a good summer. Don't worry about it. I'll also bring in a speech coach. I have a speech coach because I can't be objective about myself, just like no one can be objective about themselves. This speech coach, who I love, will give me great feedback and will give me good criticism that I will be able to use to make the speech even better, to have it roll along and feel good. By doing this, by saying it out loud, what I've learned is that the speech centers in the brain are activated and all kinds of pithy things come to mind that I wouldn't have thought about if I only left it in outline or scripted form. So saying it out loud, key. Number 7, and this is the last step, I'll put the finishing touches on it in September. I will practice the speech every day. Sometimes I won't start at the beginning. I'll start at one of the trouble spots. Maybe there'll be a chunk that doesn't feel quite right. I'll go over that spot, or I'll start in the middle and I'll take it to the end. What we often do is we start at the beginning, we get interrupted. So the beginning to the middle is great, but the middle to the end sucks. I hate that. So I want to make sure that, that the finish is as strong as the start. It won't change in any big way during this period of time, but current events will be happening. I may add some news items. I always like to bring in some stuff like that so people feel it's not stale, not only for my audience, but for me too. By the time the event happens, I am going to be so ready and so confident that it's good. I will be excited instead of terrified, which is what I am right now. My feeling is basically if you're not a little scared, then you're not doing something right. And that's how you develop and deliver a new speech. It's not easy, and it is not quick, but it is powerful, and I think the fastest route to more sales, to building your business, to building your company, to building your brand. If you want to learn more about how to develop and deliver speeches, videos, be great on camera, on stage, in the media, hop on over to ruthsherman.com, where you can start learning right away with my gifts to you. I will see you there. Oh, and please subscribe here.